4.9 million euros. This is the amount that the former Catalan president Artur Mas and some former officials will have to pay for organising an unofficial, symbolic, non-binding vote on independence in 2014. Hello and welcome to Catalan News. Pro-independence parties have expressed outrage at Spain's Court of Auditors. Now it is time for appeals, but the former officials could end up losing property worth millions of euros. In a minute, we'll hear some reactions to the decision, and we'll also find out more about two of the greatest Catalan writers in the 20th century. They weren't put in prison, they weren't found guilty of rebellion or misuse of public funds, and they were only barred from office for 1 to 2 years. But today, ahead of the trial for the 2017 independence referendum, the leaders, which held a symbolic vote 3 years earlier, will have to pay for organising it.
In November 2014, Catalonia held an unofficial symbolic vote on independence. Now the Catalan president at the time, Artur Mas, and some officials in his government will have to pay 4.9 million euros for organising it. That is what Spain's Court of Auditors ruled today after a hearing held last month in Madrid. Mas and 3 of his former ministers were barred from office and fined in 2017 for holding the ballot. Yet, in another lawsuit over the money spent on the vote, they were required to pay a 5.2 million euro deposit last September. They offered their properties to warranty part of the sum, with 2.8 million euros coming from donations made by Catalan independent supporters. That means they could now end up losing some 2 million euros in property if their appeals aren't successful, something Mas's party leader condemned.
És un càstig per castigar, és una sentència, un altre cop entenem, totalment política.
Meanwhile, Spain's vice president announced in Catalonia the Spanish leader's intention to meet his Catalan counterpart on December the 21st in Barcelona. Before that, on Friday, most Catalan parties will join a summit for dialogue. It will be hosted by President Torra, but the main unionist party, Ciutadans, won't take part. This is despite the latest efforts by the socialists, also unionists, to persuade them to attend.
Tornar a reconvenir a la senyora Arrimadas a que participi en aquesta taula de diàleg, recordant-li que és una decisió, una resolució del Parlament de Catalunya.
Ciutadans rejects the meeting, arguing that this debate should take place in Parliament. One of its MPs also referred to the interview of the party leader Inés Arrimadas on Catalan Public TV last night.
Que és que el que es va produir ahir no va ser una entrevista institucional a la cap de l'oposició, sinó un debat que, a més, el senyor Sanchís, també hi ha unanimitat, va perdre de forma estrepitosa.
Arrimadas accused Sánchez of heading a TV channel that is biased in favor of independence, and both accused each other of lying.
Moving on, the number of passengers at Catalan airports is on the rise. People departing or landing at Barcelona airport in October went up by 9% compared with the same month in 2017. So far this year, passenger numbers have grown almost 6%, with 43 million people having passed through the airport. From January to October, passenger numbers also grew in the Girona and Reus airports. At the same time, the Catalan Territory Minister today met an official of Vietnam Airlines. The aim? Setting up direct flights between Barcelona and the Asian country. And Barcelona will be one of the cities featuring in a leading fair on urban innovation. The Smart City Expo World Congress kicks off tomorrow. Over 800 exhibitors and officials from some 700 cities will meet to discuss and exchange information on how to transform cities to improve the lives of the people who live there. The gentrification of neighbourhoods and how sharing can make cities more sustainable will be some of the hot topics this year. Is it possible to predict natural catastrophes at all? Yes, and 2 hours in advance, says the Catalan government. New technology able to foresee weather events that might bring floods, fires and other disasters was presented today. Developed by the Catalan Polytechnic University, it aims to help the Catalan Civil Protection Service react before potential catastrophes happen. The heavy rain, mainly in southern Catalonia some weeks ago, was predicted with this technology called Anywhere, and it helped the authorities.
Això ens va permetre fer diverses coses. Primera, emetre els avisos corresponents d'aquesta possible emergència. Segon, poder actuar nosaltres també. Per tant, doncs, avisar si havia d'haver-hi talls de carreteres, si havia d'haver-hi algun confinament, si havia d'haver-hi alguna evacuació d'algun espai.
Now time for literature. Documents and letters from two of the greatest Catalan writers in the 20th century have been donated to the Catalan Studies Institute. Due to the hardship of the times in which these writers lived, some of these papers have travelled across continents.
Catalan literature in the 20th century cannot be properly understood without reading Joan Sales and Mercè Rodoreda. As two of Catalonia's better-known writers, Sales was also her editor, they produced compelling novels that are particularly influenced by the historical circumstance they had to live through, a civil war and exile, repression and censorship. Today, to mark the 35th anniversary of Sales' death, his family donated to the Mercè Rodoreda Foundation, part of the Catalan Studies Institute, an impressive archive of documents and letters that help to better grasp their work, their relationship and that of a whole generation of Catalan writers.
Aquests documents que ara són a la Fundació Rodoreda és que expressen molt bé una vida del segle XX que travessa tots els desastres del segle XX, des de Barcelona fins a Mèxic.
Sales' masterpiece, Incerta Gloria, was translated into English as Uncertain Glory and was recently republished in the UK. Rodoreda's La Plaça del Diamant, Diamond Square in English, is one of the most translated Catalan books ever. The archive includes letters from Sales to international publishers interested in Rodoreda's first work, or the contracts for the rights of her work, and also a lot of papers about Uncertain Glory, which suffered at the hands of Spanish censorship.
La gran novel·la de Joan Sales, que va tenir redaccions diverses i que a més va tenir molts problemes de censura. I ara tindrem les diverses versions en català, en castellà, en francès, que si algú llegeix la primera edició catalana i l'edició francesa no s'assemblen de res.
For many, the Sales-Rodoreda relationship, forged in ink, shaped Catalan literature in the 20th century. Now, their joint archive of documents and letters will become a precious testimony of their lives.
It was a full house at a jazz concert by the Catalan musician, teacher and therapist Damaris Gelabert this weekend, but the audience was much younger than the average jazz fans. Have a look at his show as we come to the end of our programme, and see you tomorrow.
És que és l'hora del jazz. Jazz. És l'hora del jazz. Deixa't portar pel ritme del jazz. Qui sóc jo? La resposta vull trobar. Bon dia a tothom. Divendres, dissabte, diumenge, set són. Divendres, dissabte.